everyone, and welcome to Yvonne McBride Lit Life. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you are new, I want to say welcome, and I hope and that you will get a lot of this channel. I took a little hiatus for the month of July. Some of you may know that I was on a little retreat, handling some retreat things, but now we are back. And I'm putting you on to new Black and Brown entrepreneurs that change your life, who have changed their life and they're looking to change yours. So today I want to introduce you to one of those people. Her name is Michelle Watson. She is the CEO and owner of IngenuiTea Gourmet Tea and Spice Company. I got that all right?
That's a mouthful.
So yes, I met Michelle at when was it? January at the Kansas. Yes, at the Casa Am Influencer Weekend in San Miguel. We were there to celebrate her 1 year anniversary of launching this brand. We had a great time. We will continue to talk about that throughout this interview. But first, I want to introduce you to Michelle Watson. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Yvonne. Great seeing you again. Thank you so much for the invitation and congratulations on your channel, Yvonne McBride Lit Life.
Thank you. Thank you. So basically, we are here, I created this channel just to celebrate and highlight people like you who have changed their life, who are working on their passion projects, right? And who have a purpose to bring the things that they love to their communities. And I promised you all that I would sit down with Michelle so that you can get more about this tea, so that you can see how amazing the product that she provides is. So this is that interview. Already, the people who I referred her to are praising about her teas. I'm a tea girl. I have been saying this in the videos. I'm a tea girl. I've had her Essence collection here. I just ordered some new tea, the Riviera Mimosa tea. This is the one I love. This is the one I'm drinking right now. But when I love something, I want to bring it to you all. So that's why we have her here, so she can give you all the tea about her business. So Michelle, introduce yourself to the people.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. So as Yvonne said, I'm Michelle Watson, founder and CEO of IngenuiTea Gourmet Tea and Spice Company. And we're now well into our second year, having launched in January of 2023. We are 100% online for now, trying to break into retail spaces as well. And so, as Yvonne said, it's a passion project for me. I love tea. And this is no hate against coffee drinkers. Coffee drinkers, you can at least have 1 cup of awesome organic tea a day, right? Give your heart a rest, build up your immunity. So this is no hate for coffee drinkers. But my passion for tea really began when I was a little girl. Just a little backstory. My great grandmother is originally from the island of Grenada. And at that time, it was a British crown colony. So we're talking the 1800s. Mm-hmm. So she grew up as an English girl, drinking English tea, mainly the classic Earl Grey, which is a great tea, right? The bergamot and all that good stuff. So she grew up in Grenada, but at the time, Grenada was a British crown colony.
Yes.
So she grew up as an English girl, but on the island of Grenada, which in itself is known as the Isle of Spice. So she grew up drinking tea. And then about the age of 25 or so, she emigrated to the Republic of Panama. And Panama, like any other Central American Caribbean country, is known for growing sugarcane, which means rum. It also has, we don't have the highest mountains in Panama, but the altitudes that we do have are great for growing coffee as well. But my family in Panama was the tea family, because that's what we got from our great grandmother. And of course, she passed that down to her daughter, who's my grandmother, who passed it down to her daughter, who's my mother, who passed it down to me. So tea, whether you're hot, cold, happy, sad, tea. All right. And
Right.
in particular, the kind of tea that I sell, right? The tea in its full form, like the whole leaf in its organic form, because that's when you're getting the most nutrients and benefits. So that's the
Right.
backstory, Yvonne.
So the tea, like what you would put in infusers, right? The loose tea
So
that you would steep.
So actually, and I don't know if you can see this, you'll have to let me know, but that is the tea. And this happens to be 5-star mint fusion. I'm
Okay.
actually drinking it now, but this is the tea. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
the whole leaves. However, because Americans aren't so used to diffusers as much as the British are, I actually put the whole leaves in these biodegradable sachets. So you can see it's still the whole leaves that I
Yes.
just showed you, but they're in these biodegradable sachets, which means after you're done drinking the tea, oh, by the way, you can get 2 cups or two pots full of tea out of this one sachet. So when you use it once, don't throw it away. Put it in the refrigerator, use it later that day, later that week, because you'll still continue to draw flavor because the teas are organic. So no synthetic chemicals. And
Yes.
then because the sachet is biodegradable, you can take that sachet and put it in a potted plant and let Mother Nature take its course if you'd like.
That's amazing. Number one, yes. And the sachets are bigger or almost as twice as big as the tea bags that you get in other brands. Just wanted to say. You can see that
Yes,
they're full.
yes. So tea bags really have what you call commodity teas or pressed tea fannings. They call it. It almost looks like pepper grains. So
Yes.
what that means is, as opposed to an organic farm, whether it's organic fruit, produce, or even tea, where you have people going around and plucking, right? When you have your tea bags with that compressed type of tea, that's just big machinery coming along and schwacking the stalk and everything else, grinding
Exactly.
it all up and compressed in a tea bag. So are you getting some tea? Absolutely. Are you getting some other stuff? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What we call in the
Yes.
business tea fannings. And so you're not getting all the health benefits. And so, yeah, so it doesn't look like much tea in here. So I think that's what Yvonne was alluding to. But the sachet has to be this big because when water hits leaves and Mother Nature takes its course, they swell,
Yes.
right? They
Yes.
swell. And so that's why it keeps drawing flavor. And that's why you can use the sachet more than once. You cannot do that with a compressed tea bag.
Yes. And and so okay, so let's talk about the process of tea making, right? Just talk about the history of tea in general.
Yeah, I mean, tea, it's been around for over 5,000 years, originating in Asia, specifically China, and really was just leaves that they were putting in hot water, right? And actually, that's what my grandmother and her mother, my great grandmother, were doing in Panama as well. And obviously, it has cultivated and taken on much more of a now production presence. But when you're talking organic tea, the type of teas I sell, it's still closer to the original processing of tea 5,000 years ago because you
Right.
have the Camellia sinensis plant, which all real tea comes from, just one plant. It grows, it
Did you know
sprouts the
that people
leaves.
know that that tea is made from one, what is it called? This
Camellia
is
sinensis.
yes, we are getting knowledge. I did not know that. Okay.
That's your Latin lesson for today. You're welcome. And so, yeah, so what, but when that plant sprouts, then tea pickers pick the leaves. And whether they pick it when it's first sprouted, so it's still a baby bud, that's how you
Yes.
get white tea. The least processing, it hasn't been exposed to the sun as much, so the tea is pale, but in the business they call it white tea. Or maybe they pluck it and they leave it out in the sun for quite a long time to oxidize, and that's how the green leaf turns black and you get black tea. So between plucking a baby leaf for white tea or plucking a mature leaf and leaving it out in the sun for long periods of time, you get all the other variations in between there, like green, oolong, pu'er. And so now you have the tea, which is just the plant, right? So came from the earth, very healthy. You leave it in the sun, getting natural nutrients, very healthy. It's organic, so the farmers aren't coming along and spraying fertilizer and pesticide. They're using crazy things to try to keep the bugs away, crazy things like that. And they're running their farms by solar, and they're growing at higher altitudes, things of that nature, so that their farms don't get overtaken by critters.
So where do you farm your tea from? Where do your teas come from? Are there different distributors? Where do you farm your tea from?
Yeah. So I'm talking so much that I'm going to have to drink some tea myself. So
I know.
I'm drinking black tea.
I've been drinking. Oh, why you've been sick?
I'm drinking I'm drinking 5-star mint fusion. So you have to excuse me when I take a sip here. But yeah, so we source our teas from several organic farms in Asia and Africa, more specifically around East Africa, so Kenya. Okay. And we have to source from several organic farms because, as I said, they're not using any chemical fertilizers. So if we only use one farm and their crops did get destroyed by bugs or something, we're out of business. So we source from several Asian and East African farms.
Okay. Okay, so let's start with what are the different packages you're sell? What can people get from you? The different type of teas and the benefits that those teas provide. Let's start with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I sell all the tea types except for yellow, which is a very rare tea. But for instance, as I said, I'm drinking black tea. And so that was the one I showed you, 5-star mint fusion. And black tea undergoes the longest processing after they pick the leaves. So it has so many nutrients from the sun and from the earth. And the good thing about black tea is it really helps you focus. It helps your alertness. Right? It gives you a pick-me-up because black tea has the most caffeine of all the teas. Okay. And I know some people are very weary of caffeine. So the only way I can compare it is to say about 8 ounces of brewed black coffee is like 97 milligrams of caffeine. Well, the same 8 ounces of brewed black tea is like 47 milligrams of caffeine. So right now, as Yvonne and I are talking, it's like midday, like early afternoon. So my alert level was falling a little bit and I needed to pick me up. And so instead of reaching for a candy bar or one of those high energy, high calorie drinks, I actually just reached for a cup of black tea. So that's black tea. And then there's green tea. I think everybody knows green tea and it's everywhere. Yes. All your restaurants, particularly your Asian restaurants, green tea is so healthy. So less oxidation, less exposure to the sun than black tea, though a little bit more than white tea. But it's really full of these compounds called catechins. And catechins are great for speeding up your metabolism to help with weight loss. But also, if anyone knows a cancer patient, catechins are also probably part of their treatment as well. And it's very good, green tea, in reducing inflammation.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to just keep talking. I've got several types of teas to go through. And then we have white tea. And not too many Americans know about white tea. But if you're someone who's using an anti-aging cream or something along those lines, if you look at the ingredients, there's probably white tea extract in there, and also quite possibly green tea extract. But I say that because white tea really is that tea plant when it first sprouts and it's plucked. So it's still just a baby bud. And because it hasn't been exposed so much, The color, as I said, is pale, but it's also full of disease fighting antioxidants. So that's why white tea is great for skin health, teeth, health of your teeth, and it's a great tea.
So
Did
I'm
I
not
cut you
drinking.
off, Yvonne?
Go ahead. No, you didn't cut me off. I wanted to
Yeah.
say I'm in my package that I received, the Essence collection that I received when we were in San Miguel. I'm actually the China Jasmine Silver Needle. This is
Yes.
a white tea, and before,
Yes.
so just a little backstory about the event. When we went to San Miguel to celebrate her 1 year anniversary, at that point, she gave everyone who in attendance a package of teas. She hadn't met us. Um, I guess Michelle Weatherburn had told her a little things, little things about each one of us. But my collection, my Essence collection, was spot on. She had no idea about my health history, but this collection, it has this China Jasmine Silver tea. It has the Rose Bouquet tea, which has no caffeine in it. The Rose Bouquet is fantastic, and it has the Lavender Chamomile Synergy. So all of these teas in this collection, which she never met me, but all of these teas aid my health issues in different ways. I have kidney issues, a number of issues. But each of these teas, first of all, they taste fantastic, but they also
Good.
aid and help me with some of my health issues. So I just wanted to say that before we go on.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And thank you for referencing the influencer weekend. Michelle Wedderburn, Casa Elm, San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. Outstanding, outstanding. And my teas, Ingenuity teas, are the signature teas at Casa Elm. So if you're there and you need a respite to chill for a little bit, or it's a good soft landing space as you look to relocate,
Yes.
definitely Casa Elm. And every morning, wake up to a cup of Ingenuity. At night, take soothe yourself with a cup of Ingenuity. But I'm gonna go on. So the next tea type that I have is called Pu'er, and I know it's Americans really aren't that familiar with it because it's spelled weird, but it's Pu''ERH. So Pu'er, and the thing about Pu'er is that once the leaves are grown to maturity and they're plucked, these leaves are either cooked, roasted, fried, and
Wow.
then left to in a indoor storage for a long period of time to ferment. And so that's the difference with pu'er tea. It is the only fermented tea, and it has a great taste. But more importantly, if you're someone with stomach issues, pu'er tea is the tea for you. So imagine if you wake up every morning with a bloated stomach, or you just had a big meal and you have that gassy feeling. Trying to
Mm-hmm.
keep it clean for you, Yvonne. Pu'er tea is the tea for you. And but I'm going to tell you something. So in March, I had an invitation from Hyatt Regency to set up in their lobby
Oh, wow.
and sell tea. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. Well, it went fantastically, but here's something that really got me. Because that hotel is so near the national airport, several
Uh-huh.
air crews stay the night there. And the air crews were buying out my pu'er tea. I had pu'er
Wow.
chocolate, I had soothing pu'er leaf. And so they were buying 2 and 3 pouches at a time. So I was asking them, I had other varieties there. I'm like, but why the pu'er tea? And they told me because they change altitude so often, right? Because they're the air
Wow.
crew, whether it's
Yeah.
the pilot, co-pilot, or the flight attendants, that their body naturally bloats.
Wow.
Who
Yes.
knew?
Yes. Oh,
So
but wait,
pu'er
I
tea,
can use this to travel. We can use this like because you have to wear compression socks because of bloating, right? So you can use that for
right?
that. For gut
Yes,
issues, if you have gut
absolutely.
issues. Okay.
Mhm.
So where for that? Okay, great.
And then we have oolong. So that's OO, long. And oolong, it's really a cross between, there we go, black and green tea.
Mm-hmm.
Just the amount of processing and exposure to the sun. So it almost has a bluish hue to it. But the good thing about oolong is because it's a cross between both teas, you get the benefits of black tea, just not as much caffeine, and all the benefits of green tea. So you get all those amino acids, all those antioxidants. So, I
Okay.
mean, it's a powerful tea all in one. That's oolong.
Okay. Okay. And I think
And then
Riviera
really,
Mimosa is a
mhm,
example of the oolong. It's very good. This is what I'm drinking
it,
right now.
yes,
Um,
ma'am.
but yes, that's an example of the oolong. But go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last tea I'll speak to you about is really, like, the technical name is tisane, but
Mm-hmm.
we just call it herbal. Right? It's
Okay.
herbal tea, and it's it's hard to say it's a tea because it does not come from the Camellia sinensis plant, right?
Okay.
All the other teas I just talked
Repeat that.
about, yes.
Herbal
So
teas are
black,
not officially teas because what? They don't
no,
come
no,
from what?
they do not come from the Camellia sinensis tea plant. And remember, all true teas come from the Camellia sinensis. So black tea, green tea, white tea, pu'er, oolong, they all come from the Camellia sinensis. But herbal tea or tisane, it's really any plant material or any edible, if you will, material that you can put in hot water to draw from. So it could be any plant, any spice, right? Could be flowers, and so there's a myriad of herbal teas, and you can pick one up for almost any ailment that you have. And so I have a couple of herbals on my website under the label of herbal teas. So like lavender chamomile, if
Mm-hmm.
you are someone that has issues falling asleep or even staying asleep, it is lavender chamomile that you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the ingredients? Lavender chamomile. Okay.
Right. No, right. Nothing else. No no what it was called fannings. No fannings.
No tea fannings, no
Right.
preservatives, no, yeah,
Right.
none of that stuff. And then the other herbal tea I have on the website is called Healthy Detox. And that's just a great blend. It has like fennel seeds and lemon myrtle and all this good stuff. So it helps keep you regular. Again, I'm keeping it clean for you, but it helps keep you regular. And it's such a beautiful taste, such a beautiful taste. But also, there's another type of herbal tea. We just don't frame it that way, but it comes from the South African red bush,
Oh
and
wow.
it's
Okay.
called rooibos. So
Ah.
Rooibos, and rooibos literally translates to red bush, and that it's the bush, right? Bush tea, and but that's also an herbal because again it does not come from the Camellia sinensis plant. And I have two types of rooibos on the website as well. So what you need, I got it.
She's just said it. Whatever you need, whatever your ailments, she got it. She got it for you. And I can't. I wish we had smell-o-vision or taste-o-vision. These teas, you can tell the difference. Like again, I'm a tea girl. I have the cabinet of teas I have. It's ridiculous, but all of us, even the people on the retreat, um, who coffee people, right? When we tasted it, you can tell the difference immediately between these teas and the box teas that you buy in the store. The
Yes.
purity, the taste, and just the no aftertaste, just the lasting impression that you get. Coffee people were turned into tea people instantly. It is so good. Um, yeah, so that's my
So
praise.
let me speak about that for a minute. So coffee people, particularly those who really need the caffeine, really black tea, oolong, those are great choices for you. But I'm just going to be you know, 100 here. My
Yeah.
favorite tea is black tea, because black tea to me is like when you put on a black outfit and you add a pop of color. That's the same with
Mhm.
black tea. You have your black tea and then you add an herb or a spice
Uh-huh.
to it, and that flavor really pops. So right now I'm drinking black tea. I'm
Uh-huh.
drinking 5 Star Fusion,
Uh-huh.
and so that is organic tea, but it also has spearmint,
Mm.
peppermint, and lemongrass. And so the
Mhm.
taste is like an explosion in your mouth. And as I said, it is about 47 milligrams of caffeine. So it's midday for me, and I need a little pick me up. But this is not going to keep me up all night. So, to my coffee drinkers, if you're used to that coffee high and the high levels of caffeine, honestly, black tea, oolong, pu'er, those are great tea options for you as well.
All right. So you have all the options. We have all the options. Her website will be posted below in the description. Please hit her up. Again, anything that you need, any type of tea, green tea, black tea, oolong tea. I can't even remember. Purvure, is that how you say it? That tea.
Oolong, pu'er, rebois, herbal.
Yes, she got it for you, and the taste is out of this world. Okay, so what is the future for IngenuiTea Gourmet Tea and Spice? What is the future? What is the upcoming things that you have going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I was getting my company together, right? Because a couple of years we were all dealing with the pandemonium.
Yes.
And so as I was working through that, and I was fortunate enough to meet a business strategist, Vanessa Jacquemone of Vanessa Jacquemone and Co. And and she's been my business strategist. We've been working together since 2022 now, and so, but as we first started working together, and I'm just telling her about, this is my vision and how I'm curating these teas. And so she's like, oh, so you're curating teas that perhaps you have a hypertension and this tea is for that, or you have a low blood sugar, or you can have caffeine, or you can have moderate caffeine, all these different things, you bloating, inflammation, all these different things. So I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I'm curating my tea. And so Vanessa's like, but how do you know about these ailments? And I said, well, as I'm researching what type of blends I want to put together, I'm a Black woman, and so I'm kind of looking at the ailments that Black women kind of have in common. And so as I'm curating, and we finally came together with the 14 individual teas and 3 different collections that Yvonne was talking about, and some specialty collections depending on the time of the year. Vanessa said, "Where do you have all this information?" And I said, "Oh, right here in my little, notebook." And she said, "Michelle, I think that's a book." And so I'm like,
Book.
"No, I'm not a writer. I'm not an author. I'm a tea lady. I don't write." And so, boom, here we are, 2 years later, and Vanessa has convinced me, like, no, ma'am, you have a book. And so that's what I'm working on. I'm working on a tea guide. I call it
Yes.
Tea Guide for the Black Woman.
Yes.
And it's really about different natural teas that can help ameliorate, not cure, right, but help ameliorate, mitigate some of the common ailments that we
Yes.
all have, whether we
Yes.
have it because of socioeconomic situations, because of our anthropological DNA, whatever it is, there are just common
Your diet.
ailments that Black
Yes.
women have across the board. Yes, ma'am. Our diets, where we live, our stress levels, how we intake things more, the microaggressions that we suffer.
Yes.
So all that emanates in our body the same way. And so that's the tea guide that I'm putting together. We're going to have that available definitely in time for the holidays. So hopefully Yvonne will have me back and we can talk about the tea guide.
Yes, I will definitely have you back. But then we can get the tea. You can get the book. You'll have packages with the book and the teas. You can order the tea according to what you're dealing with, your health issues, or just for the taste.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on,
Or just
author.
for the tea. Yeah.
Yes.
Or you have friends and families who are dealing with things. That's why we're going to try to have it ready for the fall. We're definitely going to have it ready. So for a great Christmas present, along with the tea that applies, right? So yes, you're absolutely right, Yvonne.
Yes, I'm excited. I am excited about that. Congratulations. Congratulations. And of course, we will have you back to talk about that. Okay, so August is here, and August is,
National Black Business Month, right?
yes, okay, so August is National Black Business Month. And tell the audience what you have coming up in August.
Right. So in honor of National Black Business Month, 2024 actually is their 20th anniversary. And so that's where all your big chains, your mom and pops, the federal government, hopefully your local, respective local governments are really promoting Black businesses. And
Uh-huh.
so, in honor of the 20th year, Ingenuity Gourmet Tea and Spice Company is going to be having a 20% off for the whole month of August on
Oh,
select teas. But I picked a really nice mixture of teas so that all those different tea types that I spoke about, you can go in, see which ones have the 20% off, and definitely try it. Particularly if you're not someone who's used to white tea or pu'er or even oolong. What a great time to step out of your comfort zone and try those teas, because it's 20% off for the whole month of August.
listen, I didn't even know this was coming up. I didn't know she was running the sale. Listen, that is spectacular in itself to begin your ingenuity journey. Do you have any upcoming events in August that people can come see you and pick up some teas?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're in the DMV, so DC, Maryland, Virginia area, I actually will be in Southern Virginia and the Alexandria area at the Hyatt Crystal City. See, Hyatt loves you, girl. And there is a Virginia Black Business Expo on
Okay.
the 3rd and 4th, which is the 3rd of August and the 4th of August. So that's a Saturday and a Sunday.
Okay.
Ingenuity Gourmet Tea and Spice Company. We're going to have a big corner booth and
All
selling all
right.
types of tea. So come on in, say hi to your girl.
All right. And I will post a
Thank
link to
you.
the event under this description so you all can see what that event is about and go visit Michelle booth at the expo.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Michelle. I'm so glad that you came to join us. Let people, just try it. Just try it. One package. I promise you, you will be hooked. I promise you. Where can they find you, Michelle? In the social media streets.
I'm in these social media streets, right? On my website, www.ingenuityandspice. Okay. And the same on all the socials, right? Whether it's Facebook or IG, Ingenuity and Spice. I'd love to hear from you, and particularly if you've tried a tea and you love it. Please, I'd love to hear a testimonial from you. Just drop me a line. Send out a quick video. I'm really proud of the company. As I said, we're about 18 months in operation now. Everybody knows year one is when most businesses, I don't care whether it's a service or goods, restaurant, whatever it may be, that's the trying year, right? It says whether you're going to stay in business or not. And so, blessedly, we're here and we're
Yes.
trying to grow. And as I said, trying to get on retail shelves. And so, the support truly from the Black community has been overwhelming, though tea is for everyone. And so I
Mhm.
truly want to thank my community. And the book is coming this fall, right? Great, just in time for Christmas. We're going to do some subscriptions. We're going to have bundles. Good things are coming for Ingenuity Gourmet Tea and Spice Company. But it
And
starts today with Yvonne McBride and Lit Life.
we can't wait. I'm so excited, especially for this book. I've already got the teas. My girls in my tea girls in Atlanta, they've already talked about it. If you get the tea and you love the tea, please share the word. Please share this video with people who love tea. I promise you, I kid you not, this will be your new favorite. Thanks again, Michelle. Appreciate you for making time out of your busy day. We didn't even get to your other stuff that you have going on. So I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me and to share your tea passion with the people.
Absolutely. It's a passion, it's a love, and it's good, healthy, organic tea. And one thing I didn't say, Yvonne, I mean, it's on my website, but 10% of my annual profits back into the community, and also to help Black women who may be in this agricultural space, because I like to see more of us in there.
Ah,
So
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you remembered to say that. This is what we do, right? Whatever. This is the difference between us and major companies. This is the difference between small businesses, that we give back. So I'm glad that you added that. I'm glad that you let the people know. Um, yeah, hit her up, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this tea. I'm telling you, hit her up. Thanks, Michelle. I'll talk to you soon, lady.
thank you. Bye, Yvonne. Thanks, everyone.